You work hard, the money comes in, and somehow by the end of the month, it's just gone. You're not reckless, you're not lazy, you're not blowing your paycheck on anything wild. So why does getting ahead still feel like walking up a down escalator? Here's the uncomfortable truth. For most people, being broke isn't caused by one big disaster. It's caused by small, quiet habits that leak money in the background, month after month, so slowly you never notice the hole. These aren't dramatic mistakes. They don't feel like mistakes at all. That's exactly why they're so expensive. There are 7 of them. And if you're like most people, you're making at least 3 right now without even realizing it. The good part? Once you can see a leak, you can close it. Most of these take one decision and a few minutes, not a bigger paycheck. So let's find them, one by one, before another year quietly slips away. Mistake number 1. Letting your cash sit still. Most of your money is probably parked in a regular checking or basic savings account, earning almost nothing. It feels safe, it feels responsible. But every single month, prices creep up, and money that isn't growing is quietly shrinking. That's the part nobody warns you about. Cash left sitting still doesn't stay the same. It slowly loses buying power, like a slow leak in a tire you can't see. A high-yield savings account can pay many times more than a standard one on the exact same dollars for the exact same risk. Same money, same safety. Just working instead of sleeping. Have you actually checked what rate your savings is earning? Most people never do. Mistake number 2. Paying only the minimum on your credit card. This one hides in plain sight. You see that little minimum payment due number? You pay it, and you feel like you handled it. You didn't. In early 2026, the average credit card interest rate in America sat right around 21%, and the average balance people carry is over $6,000. Pay only the minimum on a balance like that, and you can stay trapped for well over a decade, paying thousands in interest on things you bought and forgot about years ago. The card company is quietly getting richer off your patience. Here's the shift. Every extra dollar you throw at a 21% debt is like earning a guaranteed 21% return. There is almost no investment on earth that's safe and that strong. Killing high-interest debt isn't boring. It's one of the highest-paying moves you'll ever make. Mistake number 3. And this is where it gets serious. Having no emergency fund at all. Not even a small one. This is the mistake that makes every other mistake worse. Because life doesn't wait for you to be ready. The car breaks down. The tooth cracks. The job ends on a random Tuesday. According to the Federal Reserve, when adults were asked how they'd cover a sudden $400 expense, more than a third said they could not pay it with cash. $400. And a separate 2025 report found that most Americans didn't have enough saved to comfortably cover a $1,000 surprise. So what happens when the surprise comes? The credit card comes out. And now you're back in mistake number 2, paying 21% on an emergency you couldn't dodge. An emergency fund isn't about being rich. It's the wall that stops one bad day from becoming one bad year. Mistake number 4, letting your lifestyle grow every time your income does. This one is sneaky because it feels like winning. You get the raise. And almost automatically, the nicer apartment appears. The better car. The upgraded everything. Your income went up, but your savings didn't, because your spending quietly rose to swallow the whole increase. It's called lifestyle creep, and it's the reason people earning good money still feel broke. More came in, more went out, nothing was left behind. Picture someone who doubles their income over 10 years and still lives paycheck to paycheck. That's not a math problem. That's lifestyle creep doing exactly what it does. Think about it. If every raise you've ever gotten had partly gone into building wealth, where would you be right now? The goal isn't to never enjoy your money. It's simple. Every time your income rises, let a slice of that raise go to your future self first, before your lifestyle ever sees it. Grow your savings at least as fast as you grow your spending. Mistake number 5. The tiny leaks you've completely forgotten about. The free trial you never canceled. The app you used twice. The streaming service nobody in the house has opened in months. Alone, each one feels too small to matter. $5 here, $12 there. But these little charges are designed to be forgettable, and together they can quietly drain hundreds of dollars a year straight out of your account while you're not looking. Pull up your last 3 bank statements sometime this week. Read every recurring charge out loud. You will almost certainly find money you're paying for something you'd completely forgotten existed. Canceling it takes 5 minutes. That's some of the fastest money you'll ever make. Mistake number 6. Waiting to invest until you feel ready. You tell yourself you'll start when you earn more, when things calm down, when you finally have enough to make it worth it. But there's a hidden cost to waiting that almost nobody talks about. Time is the one ingredient in growing money that you can never buy back later. A small amount invested early can quietly outgrow a much larger amount invested years down the road, simply because it had more time to compound. So, the most expensive part of investing isn't a bad pick or a rough market. It's the years you spent on the sidelines waiting for a perfect moment that was never coming. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is today. And the amount matters far less than the fact that you begin. You don't need to be rich to start. You start small so that one day you don't have to. Notice a pattern forming here? Almost none of these mistakes are about how much you earn. They're about what quietly happens to the money after it lands. Which brings us to the biggest one of all, and mistake number 7, the one that quietly does the most damage of all. Trying to look rich instead of trying to be rich. This is the trap that catches even smart, hard-working people. The financed car that costs more than the rent. The gadgets bought to impress people who aren't thinking about you. The constant small upgrades meant to signal success you don't actually have yet. Here's the part that stings. Real wealth is invisible. It's the money you didn't spend. It's the investments quietly growing where nobody can see them. Every dollar spent looking wealthy is a dollar that can't be used to actually become wealthy. The people who look the richest are often the furthest behind. And the ones quietly building real freedom rarely feel the need to prove anything to anyone. So look back at those 7. Cash sitting still. Paying only the minimum. No safety net. Lifestyle creeping up with every raise. Forgotten subscriptions. Waiting to invest. And spending to look rich. None of them feel like a crisis in the moment. That's the whole danger. They're quiet. They're normal. And they are exactly what keeps ordinary, capable people stuck year after year. But here's the good news, and it's bigger than it sounds. Not one of these mistakes requires more income to fix. Every single one is a decision, not a paycheck. You can plug most of these leaks this week with the money you already have. Pick just one to start today. Just one. Then come back for the next. Because remember how this started? You work hard. The money comes in. Only this time, once you close these leaks, it finally stops slipping away. This time, it stays. And money that stays is money that can finally start working for you. Subscribe for calm, no-hype money breakdowns every week, and let's keep building this the smart way, one quiet decision at a time.